had a few things going on in my life personally that, I've really been struggling with, and it's so crazy, but what's going on in our internal world literally creates our outside world. And we think like, yeah, whatever, that's not true. But it is so true. It's crazy. So this cascade of events started happening, just a few different things happened, and part of my car broke and it's brand new. And then I opened up my laptop computer screen, and it's so crazy. I literally just got this computer like 3 weeks ago, and the whole screen is like cracked, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like the most safe person with electronics. I put my laptop inside of this hard case, inside of a sleeve, inside of a briefcase. Anyway, so I went to the store, and I'm talking to the guy, and I'm like, what's going on with my screen? And he said, nowadays the Apple computers, they have like an LCD screen, but they don't have the glass anymore that they used to have. So my old dinosaur computer still works. That's like 7 years, my old faithful computer. And my new one breaks like this, and I have no idea what even happened to it. Nothing dropped, nothing dramatic happened. The guy at the store said there must have been like something random in there. Anyway, I truly feel like it's not coincidental. It's all created in the mind. It's just happening, right? Based on what we have in our internal world. So, but I was not discouraged. I was just aware, and that's really, really important. So it's important to not be judgmental of what's happening in our current state, right? Because then that just makes for more bad energy and more bad thought patterns, and therefore creating more bad things to happen. So instead, what I did was I realized what was going on, and I laughed about it. I joked. I even laughed with my colleagues, Nehemiah and Kenny, and I was like, you guys, this and this and this has happened, and what can I do? It's like, it's funny at this point, because when bad things happen, we can choose to let it affect us in ways where we, curl up in a ball and die and don't even address it. We can complain about it, or we can take a different approach and we can just go, c'est la vie, such is life, and move on, and not really give a whole lot of energy to the thing that happened, and then just move on. So it's so crazy what people would coin a bad day. I had a fantastic day yesterday. I really thought that my life is good, and I'm thankful, and these things happened, but I took care of them immediately, and it's no big deal. So I don't know if this happens in your life, or if you know somebody like this, where you guys are out and about and you're doing something, and maybe someone backs up and to leave a parking spot, right? And then out of nowhere, this person just comes in and just takes the parking spot. And I feel like your reaction of how people take that parking spot is literally going to determine what kind of person you are and what state you really are in, if you really think about it right now. So just think about what kind of person you are and how you would react to somebody doing that to you. Because I feel like that's a pretty good example of how things happen, and then we have to look at how we react to them. So if that was you and the person pulled into the spot, what would you do? Would you start screaming at the top of your lungs and just kind of internally take it and then just go and find another parking spot, but then be really perturbed the rest of the day? Would you go, oh, well, that's kind of sad, and can you still let it affect you and go find a parking spot? Would you become violent and want to fight somebody over a parking spot? Or would you just kind of go, whatever, it's just a parking spot? Weirdly enough, I feel like it's harder for people to go, it's just a parking spot. And I feel like the reason that it's harder for people to say that it's just a parking spot is because of the other things going on in their lives. And usually people use this as ammo to tell themselves that the whole day is ruined. Oh, this is a bad day, like I shouldn't do anything else today. But it's just not true. Because when you have belief and action put together in one is this beautiful sandwich, you could do anything. Like, you're unstoppable. But if your beliefs are limited, right, and you take no action, you're obviously not going to go anywhere. It's like trying to drive a parked car. You're like crying, going, why am I not moving anywhere? I don't understand. And your car's in park. You don't have the belief, you don't have the ignition to turn it on, right? And then you actually have it going in drive. You have to have the two to move forward. So past like any kind of incident that happens, you have to be willing to believe that whatever, it's just one incident throughout the entire day. 2, that it doesn't ruin your entire life or anything like that. And 3, that there's so many other great things to focus on, and you just put it into action. You have to do it, right? We also have to realize that, have you ever known someone that's constantly depressed or has anxiety or things like that, and they're living in a state that's very like, yes, those things are very like, they're very sensitive, and people should be seen and talk to someone about those kinds of things. But usually when talking to therapists, there's 2 reasons why those things even happen, right? Depression usually means from living in the past. So past incident, past things that have happened, they're carrying them with them. And anxiety and anxiousness comes from worrying about the future. So if you were to eliminate the past and the future, where will you be? You'd be left in the present, where neither of those things even really exist and truly where reality is, right? So with all that in mind, every incident that happens to you literally is perceived through the lens of yourself. So how about you give yourself a break and allow yourself to just have a good day? Things happen, laugh about it, call someone that's gonna get it, not perpetuate the drama, but really like support you and laugh with you. And if you don't have anyone like that, go get some new friends. We need people that are gonna support us and speak positivity into our lives, not just perpetuate anything that's just dramatic or negative in our lives. So I just want to let you guys know that not all bad things that happen create bad days or create bad lives, okay? Not all bad things that happen, right, create bad things and have us live a bad life. You have to change your lens. You have to change how you look at these things that are happening, and also have the belief that you're okay, and that everything's gonna be great, and that you're a rock star. And guess what? There's only one of you, and there will only ever be one of you. And wake up knowing that you are a gift to the world, and it'll be okay. I just want to let you guys know that, because at any level of success, people struggle with this stuff. And when you're learning about financial success, or you're trying to get that new job, this is really important. Mindset is really important for you to grow. And if you don't give yourself that room and that positivity to grow and really move past these kinds of things, you're going to be stunted. So allow yourself that loving time to grow, and you'll do great. I believe in you. You guys are wonderful, and I love you so much, and thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.